In the vast expanse of the open ocean, where adventure meets danger, the clash between massive ships and the age-old menace of cunning pirates unfolds. But how do these floating fortresses, with their sheer size and power, detect these pirates from miles away? What advanced technologies are at their disposal to deter and neutralize these maritime attackers? And can modern maritime innovation outsmart the cunning tactics of pirates? Or is it a perpetual game of cat and mouse? Well, before we unveil the secrets of maritime warfare, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more. Every year, the International Maritime Bureau reports a staggering loss of almost $16 billion due to piracy-related issues such as theft, ransom payments, and transportation delays. While we often associate pirates with tales from centuries past, the reality is that modern pirates persist in attacking today's shipping lanes, transport vessels, and cargo ships. Their motives range from pillaging to kidnapping and plundering, making them a present-day threat on the high seas. What's even more alarming is the audacity of these contemporary pirates. They've become so daring that they don't hesitate to engage naval ships and even fire upon military helicopters. To safeguard against pirates, container ships, and others, freighters have devised clever defense strategies that are different from military solutions. And most importantly, most of these tactics are non-lethal. One go-to method for deterring pirates involves using water cannons, which are like super-powered hoses that can blast out an astonishing 1,350 gallons of seawater every minute. Developed by a renowned firefighting company, these cannons shoot water at extremely high pressures, up to 175 psi. These water cannons are no joke. They can literally knock grown men into the ocean and even divert boats off their intended course. The nozzles of these cannons are made from special acid-proof marine-grade stainless steel and can be controlled from the ship's bridge or set to work automatically. This is crucial because, in today's world, pirates often use guns to shoot at ships. If someone had to stand on deck operating the cannons, they could be at risk of getting hurt or killed. These powerful hoses have an impressive range, giving the ship's crew the ability to drive off pirates before they even come too close and pose a threat to the vessel. Several types of hoses are used in different ways for maritime security, and despite skepticism, tests prove their effectiveness. Beyond just spraying water at people, these hoses can be used to fill pirate boats, making them harder to control. The high-pressure water alone is sufficient to distract boat pilots, forcing them to shield their eyes instead of steering towards their target. Maritime security experts suggest that trapping pirates might work better than just scaring them away. This idea gave birth to the P-trap, a non-lethal device designed to keep pirates at a distance. The P-trap consists of two strong booms on each side of the ship, dragging robust lines behind them. If a boat comes too close, these lines can tangle up the boat's propeller, stalling the engine and making pirates spend their time clearing their propeller. It's like a clever underwater obstacle course, giving ships an extra layer of defense against potential pirate threats. Because shipping is crucial to the world economy, maritime security has become a huge industry worth billions. Specially trained crews use different methods to protect ships. Planning is crucial in this mission. Think of these men and women as the SWAT teams of the seas. Their main job is to safeguard ships, cargo, and crew at any cost. It's a big responsibility to ensure smooth sailing in the vast waters of the world. While pirates pose a threat, commercial vessels also face dangers from bad weather and poor decisions. When a large ship faces such dangers, the common solution is to abandon the ship. This means evacuating the crew and passengers using lifeboats that remain connected. Unlike old lifeboats, modern ones are self-contained and have motors. They not only take people away from danger, but can also transport them to a safe place. In the realm of maritime safety, modern lifeboats have undergone significant changes, particularly in their launching mechanisms. Unlike the slow lowering of older designs, many new lifeboats launch from ramps directly into the water. This innovation drastically accelerates the evacuation process, reducing the risks associated with launching. Moreover, the design of these boats, sealed from top to bottom, minimizes the likelihood of accidents during the launching phase. Enterprising companies are taking safety a step further. One such example is Rafnar Maritime, based in Iceland, which has introduced a line of self-righting boats. These unique designs rely on the power of buoyancy. Through advanced engineering, Rafnar ensures that these boats automatically right themselves even if fully overturned in the water. Tests involving flipping the boat to either side demonstrated its impressive resistance to capsizing. Upon being turned 90 degrees, the boat automatically initiated its self-righting process. This technology holds great promise for various maritime situations, providing an added layer of safety. However, while this technology is making waves in smaller vessels, applying it to large ships is still a work in progress. The Royal National Lifeboat Institution, popularly known as the RNLI, the largest sea rescue charity in the United Kingdom, uses a different kind of lifeboat. Unlike those employed for escaping sinking ships, RNLI lifeboats, similar to those used by the United States Coast Guard, are specifically designed for sea rescue. One notable vessel in the RNLI fleet is the Shannon-class lifeboat, which has been in service since 2013. Measuring 44 feet in length and 14 feet in width, this specially designed craft navigates the turbulent seas around the British Isles. Similar to the Rafnar Marine design, the Shannon-class is a self-ridding boat. In the event of a capsizing, it automatically flips itself over, pointing downward once again. This remarkable ability stems from strategic design choices. Several engineering features contribute to Shannon's self-righting capability. To prevent capsizing, heavy components of the ship are placed deep in the hull, ensuring stability. When the door is sealed, it traps air inside, maintaining buoyancy. The boat is engineered to seek the highest point, a fundamental principle that aids in its self-righting capability. Additionally, the Shannon class incorporates a pendulum system that closes air valves as the ship turns upside down, preventing seawater from infiltrating critical systems. The ability of these vessels to self-right ensures that even in the most challenging situations, crews and passengers have a better chance of survival. While these advancements in lifeboat technology showcase remarkable progress in maritime safety, it's important to note that the technology for self-righting boats has room for further development, particularly for application in larger vessels. The ongoing efforts of innovative companies and institutions like RNLI reflect a commitment to enhancing the safety and resilience of vessels at sea, showcasing a blend of engineering ingenuity and a dedication to safeguarding lives on the open water. In recent times, life-saving technology has embraced the use of robotics, showcasing remarkable innovations in maritime safety. A standout example is the Marine Guardian, a prototype unmanned surface vessel, or the USV, equipped with Marine Tensor's AI control system. This high-tech vessel utilizes water propulsion to navigate around obstacles and through waves, enhancing its agility. A sonar array further enhances the USV's efficiency and navigation, making it a smart choice for rescue operations. When a rescue target is located, the USV can gently and securely transport them back to shore. Another impressive example is the M75 Autonomous Surveillance and Rescue Vessel, a 15-foot-long robotic vessel designed for maritime search and rescue missions. It employs powerful detection systems to locate and retrieve injured individuals from boat crashes. Equipped with an inflatable life raft, the M75 can carry up to 6 people to safety. What sets the M75 apart is its autonomy. No one needs to be on board during operations. This ensures that no rescue personnel are put at risk, providing a safer alternative in challenging situations. The M75 can patiently wait near a disabled ship until the crew has a chance to evacuate. While these robotic innovations in maritime search and rescue are still evolving, they hold tremendous potential for revolutionizing safety at sea. As technology progresses, it's conceivable that boating could become safer and more secure than ever before. These robotic marvels represent a glimpse into the future of maritime safety, where autonomous vessels play a pivotal role in safeguarding lives at sea. Over the course of the last few months, there have been multiple skirmishes between the Houthi rebels and the U.S. Navy in the Red Sea. These attacks are presumably said to have been orchestrated by certain forces in Iran. In hindsight, this seems like an extension of the issues in Israel. Who exactly are the Houthi rebels? What are their objectives? And what made them openly pick a fight with the naval powerhouse of the world maritime forces? The Houthi rebels originally came into being as a movement opposing the president of Yemen, Ali Abdullah Saleh, who was accused of being corrupted and influenced by Saudi Arabia and the United States. Over the years, they have grown into a force to be reckoned with. armed with sophisticated weapons and swift military expertise. December 2023. The Houthi rebels fired ballistic missiles and struck down 3 commercial ships. The U.S. Navy, in retaliation, shot down 3 drones in self-defense during the attack. This marked the start of a series of back-and-forth assaults in the maritime scene, which was also linked to the Israel-Hamas war. The Houthi rebels had daringly started attacking the Navy forces at sea, wielding unprecedented great firepower. What are the consequences of their actions, and what are the implications of such disturbances? Before we dive into these analyses, hit the subscribe button below and do give a thumbs up. Now, despite the Houthi rebels having shown unexpected capabilities, it was not quite enough to overwhelm the leading forces of the maritime world. The U.S. Navy responded swiftly to distress calls and shot down 2 anti-ship missiles directed towards a Singapore-flagged container ship. 10 hours later, the same ship made a second distress call saying they were under attack by 4 small boats by the Houthi rebels, armed with guns. The rebels fired small arms and attempted to board the vessel. The U.S. Navy intercepted the attack on a helicopter. Despite warnings, the rebels fired at the helicopter. This resulted in the U.S. Navy helicopter to counterattack in self-defense, sinking 3 of the 4 small boats, killing its crew. The last boat fled the scene. The U.S. forces received no damage to life or equipment. The rebel group expressed that 10 of their members were dead or missing after the U.S. Navy attacked them. In the first place, they claimed they attacked the vessel for not heeding their warnings calls. Their goal can be traced towards the Israel and Hamas war. Their main target is to take down ships with cargo and supplies for the war. They actively target vessels that may potentially change the course of the war for the cause of the Palestinians in Gaza. In lieu of their strike, several shipping lines have suspended their routes. Business and alike are either kept on hold or forced to take the longer roundabout way around Africa. It should be noted that this route comprises 12% of the whole global trade. In attention to this huge percentage, the U.S. initiated a multinational task force called Operation Prosperity Guardian to protect the Red Sea transit route. They have intercepted a number of attacks since then. Just last week alone, the Houthi rebels have successfully attacked 2 U.S.-operated vessels in the Red Sea. Despite various steps in counterattack, the rebel group seems to show no sign of stopping their attacks. The U.S. military has declared them as a terrorist group and started carrying out fresh strikes. So far, they have destroyed 14 Houthi missiles and allegedly saved numerous vessels from imminent threat. They plan to show no signs of stopping the attacks on the terrorist group. The Houthi, on the other hand, are firmly united on their stand to support the war in Israel. If the American and British forces were against their operations, they would extend their attacks to U.S. ships. Their attacks on ships heading to Israel would continue, and no one's influence would affect their stand. The Houthi rebels began their attack on 19th November 2023. Since then, they have completed at least 27 attacks. What are the consequences and impacts that these attacks have resulted into? This trade route is home to 12% of the total global trade economy, quite a significant amount. The assaults have triggered huge implications to the global market. It has been estimated to have incurred a gross total of $200 billion worth of commodities diverted due to the Houthi attacks. It has caused huge loss and economic distress in Europe and Asia. On the other hand, there is also an increasing concern about the socio-political power dynamics of the local groups. The tension between small groups is further complicated by the participation of third-party bodies, such as Saudi Arabia, America. What is considered to be a small power struggle could potentially turn into something big and spiral into a civil war of such a large scale. Millions of Yemenis are left to the brink of extreme poverty and famine with this crisis. The capabilities and existing maritime warriors and the global authority is questioned with such assaults and may blow the whole thing into something even bigger than just an economic crisis. The Houthi rebels may capture the minds of the people, creating some sort of a heroic image while doing so. It may as well act as an inspiration at some point and lead to the rise of new movements and groups. Such a situation would be catastrophic, with people taking matters into their own hands, ideals clashing every nook and corner. On the other hand, this has become a heavy weight to carry on the talks about diplomacy. In such a time when a new balance of powers are being established in the Middle East, the Houthi rebels are posing a huge threat to existing peace talks. This assault on cargo ships not only implicated hard times on Israel. Large corporate groups such as the MSC are avoiding this route, expending more energy, resources, and time in doing so. This will be ultimately reflected on the global market. Plus, it would give a strain on the already weak supply of Israel. Furthermore, the probability of assault greatly increases the insurance cost for the shipments. Of course, this will also reflect on the market, thereby creating inconvenience for the consumers. This event highlights the significance of the Red Sea in the global market. In an effort to put a stop and stabilize the situation of this maritime region, the United States initiated a team to intercept the Houthi rebels. Joined by 10 other nations, this team is diligently intercepting the assaults, striking down missiles and gunmen. The vulnerability of maritime trade channels has once again been reminded to the world, although there is denying that sea transport is the cornerstone of the global economy. Therefore, it is essential to sustain this task force to ensure freedom of navigation in maritime commerce. The sea should be an open and free place. By enforcing this task force to control the Houthi attacks, they aim to stabilize the economic situation of various nations, which has been jeopardized by the recent attacks over the past few months. This coalition is not just a force to fight against the Houthi rebels. It is a symbol of unity and strength against any threats that seek to destroy the peace and thriving economy. Be that as it may, the forces are having a rough time destroying the Houthi forces. The reason being, they are coexisting with the public, and it is increasingly difficult to segregate them. Any hasty decision may backfire and threaten the unity of these nations. In conclusion, it is imperative that the task force treads on carefully, but at the same time, respond to distress calls swiftly. They are there to make sure that the shipments are delivered safely and maintain the global trade and commerce route of the Red Sea. In essence, they act as the beacon of authority who enforces and upholds the maritime laws. That way, proper order shall be established, and these routes shall be free and fair to everyone. Not just the Houthi rebels' assault, the U.S. Navy seeks to intercept any group who intends to impede the free spirit of the ocean.